Love you.
So here we are again, back for another episode. My name is Brad Listi, and I am here with my friend and co-host, Mira Gonzalez. Hi, Mira.
Hello, Brad. How are you doing today, Bradley?
I mean...
Not well, bitch.
Yeah, we're in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles is now, infested with, the Gestapo.
Gestapo, yeah, just fucking disappearing people and shit. And there's I drove through downtown yesterday and burst into tears at how beautiful it was. Every wall was covered in graffiti. Everything was burned. I saw a burned a fucked up cop car on the side of the road. And but no, everything's fucked.
I feel like if we talk about this too much, it's just going to lead to mass suicide. Like, people listening will just throw themselves off of bridges. And...
Our listener count's going to go from whatever small number it is to an even tinier number.
Our listener count is huge.
Wow. Okay. So we could potentially kill a lot of people if we do this right.
Yeah. We could go from 7 figures to 6 figures in listenership.
7 figure? Are we at 7 figures in listenership?
Millions of people globally tune in.
Millions.
Week after week.
We could do a better Jonestown potentially if we read the story out right.
Yeah, if we just play these videos of children whose fathers have been disappeared to a gulag for no reason.
Well, this is I feel like ever since we started doing this show, we've been this is going to be a light show. We're not going to talk about things that are dark and heavy. This is a reprieve for people. And then every episode we're fuck, okay, here's this thing happening. What the fuck? What are we going to do? How do we talk about it? Do we not talk about it?
The great challenge of Mira and I's professional lives is how to do a pop culture podcast as we live in a society with encroaching fascism on all sides.
As the world burns.
That's right.
I mean, I will say, I think the funniest part of this protest so far has been, I don't know if other cities or listeners from other cities know what a Waymo is, but it is a autonomously driving car that you can call an Uber to take you places, and there's no driver. And protesters in downtown started repeatedly just summoning Waymos to their location and then burning them. Just summoning the cars, burning them, summoning the cars, burning them. It was so fucking funny.
I have to say that these cars are way more flammable than I thought they would be.
I'm way more excited about a burning driverless car than I thought I'd be.
And I'm way more open to watching Stephen Miller get mauled by pit bulls in the barrio than I ever thought possible.
I am way more willing to go completely broke than I thought I was before just to see Stephen Miller's bald head get bashed in.
He's just, he's the architect of this madness, I have to believe. And he's just such a shitty human.
He's such a shitty human. He's got such a fucking punchable face. I mean, I don't know if you read the story about Musk, body slamming somebody in the fucking...
It was the treasury. It was the treasury. I want to say he got into a fisticuffs with the treasury secretary.
He slammed his shoulder into him. He didn't even punch him. He body slammed his shoulder into him. But that's what I want to do to Stephen Miller. And then just once he's on the ground, just kick his bald head in. I mean, just imagine a group of, and I mean this a group of angry Latina moms who, when a Latina mom gets angry, they're some of the scariest people on the planet. I mean that as a compliment. Holy shit, an angry Latina mom is terrifying. And you get a group of them around Stephen Miller. I mean, satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm a pacifist, except for Stephen Miller.
And Waymos.
That's right. I with Waymos and Stephen Miller, my pacifism is...
it fades quickly.
It fades, exactly. And I feel I got to say, too, about Elon. He's so fucking lost in drug addiction. Mm-hmm. He's not going to live to see 60 years old. He's going to die on the toilet like Elvis. That's my prediction.
Your lips to God's ears. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. That article came out saying that he's been pissing himself because he's been taking so much ketamine. For those who don't know, ketamine is... It does something to your kidneys. It's it filtered through the kidneys or some shit. And so it can, if you do enough of it, it can cause urinary incontinence, which he has.
Yeah, that's why he'll die. Fun. That's why he'll die on the toilet. He'll be eating a chili dog on the toilet and tweeting. He's going to just keel over.
And he'll be desperately trying to pee and can, and then he'll just fucking die.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is so destroyed by hubris and insanity The reason I'm pretty confident in this is that he's going to meet some sort of grim end, is that he doesn't have anybody around him who could possibly tell him no. And he's way too hubristic to ever concede. He would never have the humility to admit that he has a drug problem. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, and he would like never even have the humility to admit that like it's possible for him to overdose. Like he would just keep on going and just be like, it's fine, I'm not going to overdose. Like I know what I'm doing. And then he would fucking overdose. Like it's just that he's not doing like, you know, he probably has like a cleaner source of drugs that don't have fentanyl in them is the only reason that he hasn't died yet.
Yeah, he's a fucking mess. But I do feel like there should be a reality show on the air. If there was any justice in the world, there would be a reality show where Stephen Miller gets hunted by a group of angry Latina moms.
Cazando Esteban on Telemundo.
That's right. I wanted to, Mira, we should go shop Cazando Esteban to Hollywood reality TV producers.
We'll shop it like, okay, like, you know, the show Naked and Afraid, very successful. So it's like that. Everyone is naked, but they're hunting Stephen Miller.
Yeah, like a bunch of naked, hot Latina moms hunting.
Yeah.
And would Stephen Miller be naked too, or?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that like he should show full hog, because I think that like it would be very funny to see. Because, like, you know, his penis is going to shrink if he's that afraid, right? He's cold, he's naked, he's afraid, he's running. His dick is shrinking back into his body. It'll be like just a little flopping lima bean in his crotch area. I mean, incredible. We need to see that.
That's the thing about him, too, is he's such a coward. You know he is. He would be terrified. Like, let him loose.
Terrified.
Let him loose in the jungle on some island and just let these moms go after him. And he would just be weeping.
Oh, my God. He would be, like, digging himself a grave, just like, put me in it. I don't know. Like, I can't handle this anymore.
Just covered in leeches.
He went to Santa Monica High School, which is, I also went to school in Santa Monica, not Samo High, but he's a little older than me. But my best friend's sister was in his graduating class in Samo, and apparently she didn't have any interactions with him except for one, where they were doing a school assembly where they had to do the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning, and they did this every morning. And my friend just, not because she was trying to make a point even, she was just a teenager and didn't want to, whatever, she didn't stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. And Stephen Miller got really angry at her and was like, you're not a patriot. Like, you, like, 9/11 happened. Like, you were, like, hate America. And my friend was just like, yeah, shut the fuck up. And, like, he just shut the fuck up, I guess, after that. She was like, you're so fucking annoying. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
That's
like,
the thing. That's the thing. He's going to shoot his mouth off. And as soon as anybody, like, stands up to him even a little bit, he just shrinks. Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I know people like Stephen Miller, having grown up in West Los Angeles, where you go to school and people are not Republicans. It's not normal. Like, nobody is a Republican if you go to school in West LA. You have people with really, really rich parents. Maybe even their parents are Republican, but like a kid will not be. And then there's like a little handful of these fuckers, these little fuckers who are like, I'm going to decide to be like a fucking 15-year-old Republican because it's like funny and edgelordy or whatever. And like, it's going to like, you know, make me seem different. And like every time, people will like accept them if they're funny. Not me, bitch. Not me. I remember being in fucking high school and knowing one of these motherfuckers, and I will name him Griffin Bick, BYK. He works at fucking Fox News now, is what he fucking does. And he loves Trump, and he looks like absolute shit. And his best friend fucked his sister, and then his other best friend fucked his sister and got her pregnant. So fuck you, Griffin Bick. You have fun with that. We have the same birthday, and his mother texts me every single year and says happy birthday on her son's birthday. Even though I told her, Amanda, I really like you, but I fucking hate your son. Text me every year. Even his mom doesn't like him. These are the Stephen Millers of West LA. I just can't wait for all these like MAGA assholes in Beverly Hills to start whining when they're like their housekeepers and their yard guys stop showing up because of all this fucking Gestapo nonsense. Like, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, yeah, like what the fuck? What happens when your fucking kid's beloved nanny gets deported? That's right. Like, I'll tell you what happens. Your fucking kid hates you for the rest of their life. That's what happens. Yeah. It's because you took their mom away. Yeah, exactly. Now you've got to be a parent and you've got to clean your own toilets, you stupid fucks. Your kids don't fucking respect you. I will say though, that's what you just said is very much like the Kelly Clarkson clip where she's like, Trump, if you deport all the Mexicans, who's going to clean your toilet? wait, I mean, that's not what I meant. You know what I mean. Like, she like...
Well, it's just the reality. A lot of the fucking home or like domestic aid workers or whatever you want to call them who are in Los Angeles.
It's true.
Are Latina.
They're Mexican immigrants, Latino immigrants. It's absolutely right. I mean, the woman who raised my baby sister alongside me, I mean, it was the two of us there fucking 10 hours a day. Like, we consider her family. Like, that's like, we have to hide her, we fucking will. I mean, I don't know. It's like fucked. Like this poor woman who's taking care of everybody. And it's the same for so many different people in Los Angeles, except so many of them don't respect their fucking housekeepers or nannies enough to like be concerned about this.
Yeah, exactly.
Or like don't care enough about fucking anybody. I mean, Jesus, I don't have a fucking housekeeper and a nanny. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck like if the fucking people being deported like are MAGA. Like, don't fucking deport them. Just don't fucking do it. This is Mexico. Like, people being like, oh, like, they should be waving American flags instead of Mexican flags. Are you dumb? Are you stupid? Do you know how California was created? This is Mexico. We're in Mexico, people.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, too, like, Los Angeles, in my conception of it, I feel like the Latino community is like the soul of this place.
Yeah, dude.
Like, it just feels like, I don't know. The best. It's like the best of us, the hardworking, like a lot of, like, generally speaking, I know there are fucked up Latino people too. It's
sure,
like,
whatever. There's fucked up everybody. People,
yeah, but just
like,
in
Latino
general,
culture is the soul of Los Angeles.
Yeah, there's so much grace and good cheer and like incredibly hardworking people in this city, and it doesn't really run. This city doesn't run without these people. And
do you know how many Mexicans are in Los Angeles? It's a massive, massive, massive percentage of Los Angeles like natives are people from Mexico who came here from Mexico. Like, it is just a fact. Your people came from Mexico. That is the truth. I could be a Mexican citizen if my dad wasn't a dumbass and had gotten his Mexican citizenship when he could have. My grandpa, I guess, was probably maybe had a green card. I'm not sure, but he's in Mexico now, so I don't know. But I've got last time we counted 50 cousins in Guadalajara. Yeah, so I'm a Mexican Jew, which is a very interesting thing to be, I suppose, at this point in history.
I think that's like the most like you're the most quintessential Los Angelino possible.
It's true. It's like, I'm a Mexican Jew. That is the most like from Los Angeles thing that you can be as a Mexican Jew. Like, that is like, I'm I think 5th generation Los Angeles on my mom's side, if you count Orange County as Los Angeles. Like, my great grandma was born in Orange County. Like, I could not be more from Los Angeles. People from Los Angeles are Jews and Mexicans. Like, that's just what we are. And that's the whole thing. I mean, I'm shocked Stephen Miller isn't a Jew. Is he a Jew?
Yeah, he's a Jew.
He's a Jew? I
gotta believe it, yeah. I want to say I read that his, like, Jewish uncle, like, condemned him or something, was like, you're an asshole.
God, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. If I was his mother, I would be like, you are an orphan. Like, I'm gonna disadopt you as an adult. Like, I mean, just a waste of the sperm that made him. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, I would rather just, like, have a cup of semen than have Stephen Miller in the world.
I'm a Buddhist, like Buddhist, like pacifist. I, like, believe in nonviolence.
You say Buddhist?
Yeah, like, I'm not, like, I don't go to a Buddhist temple on the regular or anything, but, like, I meditate and I'm, like, very much into, like, nonviolence, and I want peace on earth and all this stuff.
I mean, this has been... We were just talking about this before we started recording. This has been a conflict between me and Brad for, like, I don't know how many years. We're talking and Brad's like, okay, but we don't need violence. And I'm like, yeah, actually, we do need violence. We need to fucking burn shit down. We need to be fucking threatening our fucking politicians with death. They need to feel afraid of law. And, like, Brad is always like, no, violence is not the answer, Mira. Absolutely not. And I'm like at a 10, just being like, we need to storm the fucking White House with the fucking guns. And we, like, just fucking losing my mind. And Brad's always like, no. First thing he said when we got onto this video chat before we started recording was like, I want to see Stephen Miller beat in the head with a tire iron. And I was like, good job, Brad. You fucking go. I am so proud of you.
I say it in partial jest. I think the Dalai Lama would drink beer from Stephen Miller's skull.
I think any person with a conscience, I think the Buddha himself would probably drink alcohol from Stephen Miller's skull. I mean, it is my feeling that the amount of rage in your heart equates to the amount of love in your heart. And I think that you wanting to beat in Stephen Miller's skull with a tire iron is only representative of the love that you have for the people of Los Angeles.
I think, what did it to me is like watching a video of like an 8-year-old girl just like sobbing and shaking and terrified because her dad just got snatched.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Gloves are off. Fuck this. Like, fuck these people. Like, I've always, I felt like this for a long time, but like this cruelty is just, it's just too much. It's unbearable.
I mean, it's unbearable. It's unacceptable. It's just, they're Nazis. And it's like, they're all thinking, well, I'm doing my jobs, but we know that just following orders is actually not an excuse that works. So like...
Yeah. So if you're a fucking ICE person or a fucking Marine under these orders, just fucking
kill yourself.
Refuse.
Just kill yourself. There is a social function to suicide, and it is this: kill yourself.
Or refuse, or be like, just take whatever consequences come and just be like,
look,
no,
if you've been an ICE agent all this time already, then you're probably already somebody who should kill themselves. See, this is where Brad and I differ. I'm like, you should kill yourself with a gun.
I'm talking about like some National Guard person who's just like, who's like,
quit your job or kill yourself. That's my feeling. Quit your job and join the protests and like be somebody who your grandchildren cannot feel humiliated of, or kill yourself. And then you won't have grandchildren to be humiliated of you.
Cazando Esteban.
Cazando Esteban.
Coming soon from Telemundo.
From Telemundo. I mean, what I wouldn't give to see just like an older Latina woman with like a chancla that's like full of rocks and just beating the shit out of Stephen Miller. Like, cause
just like a spiked chancla.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like rusty nails, just like hunting him.
Yes. Just a spiked chancla full of like iron, like an iron-toed chancla, just fucking going nuts on his fucking bald-ass egg-shaped head. I mean, Jesus, as somebody who is married to a bald man and who, frankly, has had a thing for bald men for quite some time, his head is not the right shape to be bald. He needs fucking hair. He looks fucked, dude. Like, his head, if your head looks like that, you need to not be bald. You need to fucking get some implants or something, man.
Doesn't he spray? I think he does like that spray on hair, or he tried it. It's just like...
Yeah, I maybe tried it and then like couldn't anymore. But like, I don't blame him for trying it because he looks like absolute shit, dude. And like, if you are such a shitty person who looks so shitty that your wife is cheating on you with Elon Musk, the fucking refrigerator-looking ass motherfucker with the fucking barrel chest...
Wait, is Stephen Miller's wife cheating on him?
Oh, you missed this story. This was so satisfying. I mean, that's like the rumor is that Musk fucked his wife. And there was like rumors before that like elbowing thing came out that Stephen Miller was the one who gave him the black eye. Which he wasn't, yeah, of course, because he's too much of a coward. But I think Elon did fuck his wife. And like, imagine being that much of a loser. That somebody who looks like Elon with the fucking intelligence of like a goat, like... it's fucking your wife. Like, your wife is like, I'm going to cheat on you with this guy.
Well, I mean, imagine being married to Stephen Miller, going home to that every night. Like, that's got to be, she's got to be like, get me the fuck out of here. This guy's
and then imagine going from Stephen Miller to Elon Musk. It's bone chilling. It is like, it gives me fucking shivers down my spine. It is worse than any horror movie I've ever seen. I'd rather watch a snuff film.
Imagine if Stephen Miller's wife gives birth to Elon Musk's baby.
Oh, I would rather fucking put like nails into my nail bed. Like, I would rather get needles and shove them under my nail bed, torture style, like waterboard me before I have sex with either of those men. Like Geneva Convention style torture me. I would rather have that.
I think the over-under on Elon's... I think Elon doesn't make it to 60. What is he now? He's like probably 52 or something. But like, I think...
I mean, again, your lips to God's ears. I fucking hope so. Ever since fucking... what's his face? So I wanted to die so bad? Henry... oh God, the weed is fucking ruining my brain cells again. The war criminal who died, Henry Kissinger. Ever since Henry Kissinger lived to be as old as he is, I'm like, fuck, do evil people just like live to be way too old? Like, or is that it? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but Henry Kissinger wasn't like doing ketamine every day.
That's true. That's true. He wasn't like, I mean, and as somebody who just recently had a loved one die of kidney failure, let me tell you, it is not a pretty way to die. And I do, as somebody who does not condemn violence the way that Brad does, I do wish that upon him. I don't condemn violence. I think that violence is a useful tool. And I would also say that what is happening right now is self-defense, not violence. So you're fucking, kicking and see... There's a difference. There's a difference between instigating violence and then like defending your neighborhood from like fucking stormtroopers who like have no reason to be there. And this is something that I would say even 3 years ago, Brad and I would be having like a very heated text exchange about.
Well, but it was also a different scenario. Like we didn't have the fucking Gestapo in our city, like running around. Well, they weren't disappearing. I guess,
Yeah,
it's escalated. It's escalated.
Look, Brad, you got to a threshold where you were like this is like, no, enough. And I get that. It's just that my threshold is like really, really fucking problematically low.
Cazando Esteban.
Cazando Esteban.
So speaking of anger and rage and thresholds, I think we have another message from Angry Adam. Isn't it time?
We do. We have another Angry Adam message. My favorite new recurring character on our show, Angry Adam, gets all the love from me. He's generally on my side and I appreciate him. So let's listen to our latest message from good old Angry Adam.
Hearing Brad describe the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue in such reverential tones is literally the definition of what's wrong with America. Brad, I don't know how to tell you this, but just because some of your fondest beat-off memories include a svelte Kathy Ireland and Christy Brinkley, doesn't mean like you should have just ended things there. Keep dreaming, keep beating off. Also, by the way, I see you a lot on the street. You look like a human diaper. Your body type, even for a podcaster, is terrible. Like you're best suited to be lying in state. That's where you belong. Well, you don't belong, but you would look good there in a coffin. I don't know, guys. Just be safe. Stay angry. Bye.
So wow. I'm loving his new sign off. Stay angry. Stay angry, Angry Adam. Appreciate you. And please continue using that sign off.
A human diaper.
A human diaper. I mean, I think that we've really encouraged Angry Adam to bloom into the angriest version of himself. And that's beautiful to me. I'm so glad that we could help him in this journey of becoming angrier, because in my life, I've done nothing but become angrier and angrier, and it's worked out all right for me. I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I feel like Angry Adam could easily be coaxed into hyperviolence.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's about to commit hyperviolence against you. I mean, arguably, what he just did was violence against Brad.
That's right.
It was verbal violence against Brad. It was he hate crimed you.
That's all right. I can take it. I feel like I have the resilience.
I mean, he achieved a feat that almost nobody else ever has, which is hate criming a white guy. Hate criming a straight cis white guy.
I feel like I have, for a podcaster, a fairly good, like a high level of physical fitness.
I think that was the that was really the icing on the cake. Like even for a podcaster, whew, damn, that is what they call a read in a big way. Brad, do you know what a read is?
I don't.
Ooh, okay. So here's a Brad learns. Let's play the theme song.
Brad's lost in the digital vibe. Scrolling memes, can't find his tribe.
A read would be like me saying, Stephen Miller, you fucking bald egghead fuck, your mother never loved you enough. That's me reading him, reading what's wrong with him. It's when you give somebody like an insult that really cuts deep, that like really fucks them up. It's like you read them, like you read their deepest, darkest fucking insecurities, or you read like exactly what their intentions were. Like, I mean, it's like me saying, I'm trying to think of who I could read and have it not be like incredibly offensive. I mean, okay, so our next story is about Katy Perry. Let me read Katy Perry. Katy Perry is a talentless hack who has no dedication to her job, only wants money. You are a corny motherfucker who thinks that she deserves the world when she fucking doesn't. Why don't you go to space again and stay there? So some might say that's a read. It might not be a great read, but it is a read,
It's just like saying the most vicious possible thing you can to somebody.
Vicious and true. Vicious and accurate, specifically. So it's like if you read somebody, it's like you viciously attacked them in a way that like cuts deep because it's true.
It's like roasting, basically.
Yeah, it's like roasting.
But when someone's like really like mean and good at roasting, they're both like incredibly harsh, but also true.
Right. And it's like a roast also could be a read, right? Like if someone did a really good roast, you would say, oh, that like you read them. That was a read. Like he was read. Like,
all right.
I mean, I can't think of any like good roast jokes, but like,
As a literary podcaster, I'm offended by the co-opting of the word read for nefarious purposes.
You should do a Twitter thread about it. I think that like specifically right now at this point in history, people are really gonna be open to that argument, that hot take. I mean, I'm shocked that like nobody online has decided to like come up with a hot take like that right now and have everybody just be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Like read the room. Are you insane?"
I forgot to ask. I want a listener, if you're out there, can you please, and you know how to use AI, make an AI image of the Dalai Lama drinking beer from Stephen Miller's skull?
Brad, I could do that, like with Photoshop.
Oh, okay.
Or, I mean, I could also use AI, but I've got a moral issue with it. And in fact, funny story from my weekend. So I went to dinner with my dad. I haven't seen him in like fucking 2 years or something like that. I don't know, just because he's like annoying and I don't want to deal with him. But he wanted to take me out for a very expensive sushi birthday dinner. So I did. And my dad works in computer programming. He's a programmer, has been for a long time. And he started talking about how he loves ChatGPT. And I said, I don't use ChatGPT because it is killing the earth, literally. And he was like, well, you use Google. And I was like, yeah, a Google search is 1/10 of the energy as a ChatGPT query. ChatGPT query is 10 times the energy used as a Google search. And my dad said, I'll bet you $10,000 that's not true. And I said, great. And then I sent him like 14 different ChatGPT screenshots confirming that I was correct. And he has yet to pay me $10,000.
Come on, Mira's dad, pony up.
Yeah, Gary Allen Gonzalez, please pay me $10,000.
Gary Allen Gonzalez sounds like a serial killer.
Yeah, it does, right? The three names, Gary Allen Gonzalez. Yeah. Like he's a Night Stalker. He's coming to get your neighborhood.
The suspect was apprehended in an alley in Los Angeles. His name is Gary Allen Gonzalez.
Also known as the Koreatown Killer.
That's right. The K-Town slasher. So what's going on with Katy Perry? Why are we talking about her?
Yeah, so our next story. So her recent album flop, Katy Perry's recent album flop, is reportedly causing tension between her and her husband, Orlando Bloom. So this album flop, I think we've probably talked about it before on the podcast, but it is something that I have been following just eagerly. I mean, I've just been having so much fun following the absolute flop of this album cycle. It has been like a heroic flop. I've like never really seen something flop so spectacularly in my life in terms of an album, like in terms of music. It's pretty fucking insane. Like,
why is it just because the songs aren't good, or what is it?
Yeah, the songs are really bad. She produced them with Dr. Luke, who is a known sex offender who, like, stole all of Kesha's music or whatever, produced a song called Woman's World with Dr. Luke, where the lyrics are like, it's a woman's world, you're just living in it or whatever. And then she tried to offer that song to the Kamala Harris campaign and for free. And they said no, which is devastating for Katy Perry. Her album is called 143.
Wait, what does that mean?
Oh, we have a second Brad Learns. Let's play the theme song.
2 Brad Learns in one episode?
2 Brad Learns in one episode. Listeners, you're welcome. 143 means I love you. I being 1 letter, for love being 4 letters, and you being 3 letters. That's it.
Is that widely known?
Yeah.
1-4. So you just say to somebody like 143.
Yeah, I guess it's like internet, like it's like early internet speak. Like you would say that in like AIM chat or whatever, and people would know what it means.
I feel like
11 and you don't want to type I love you.
I feel like Katy Perry would have done better for herself if she had, instead of making a song called It's a Woman's World, she should have made a song called Brad Learns.
That's so true. Katy Perry, if you're listening, I will stop shit talking you and change my mind about you entirely if you make a song called Brad Learns and let us use it on the podcast for free.
Well, this is the thing. I think when Katy Perry was really popular, and I'm saying this not knowing anything about her, but like when she was really popular, it was this kind of like candy colored, like juvenile, like kind of like
campy, kind of like
campy teenage, cartoony, like Hello Kitty kind of like aesthetic.
Totally.
And like that worked for her. And I remember seeing, maybe I watched a little bit of a documentary or something where she was on tour and she's doing these concerts and there's all these little girls there.
Yeah.
And like, okay, like I get if that's who you want to play to, fine. But
well,
like,
I mean, same for so many pop stars, right? Like that's
yeah,
the thing.
I don't get that. I don't want kids anywhere near me if I'm a musician. I want to be out there with like a sea of people all just like tripping. You know?
I mean, but like if you're a pop star, like it is the best thing that you could possibly do for your career is to like have a large fandom of very young women. Like that's like the number one best thing you can do long term for your career because they are dedicated. They will stick around for a long time. They will make fan accounts. They will spend money, a lot of money on your stuff. Their parents will spend money on your stuff. It's how Taylor Swift became so popular. She just like had very young fans at the beginning and just continued to court them over and over and over again. It's like,
well, but then why didn't it work? Why didn't it work for Katy Perry? She had a bunch of young fans.
Because her music sucks and she didn't put the work in. Like, that's the thing. It's like, you can get young fans and like the young fans will love your music, but they also can recognize when you're not putting work in because they all can see all these other pop stars who are putting work in. Like if you're seeing right now, you know, like just like I think a year ago, Taylor got off the Eras tour and then you see Katy Perry perform and it's like, she's out of breath. Her choreography is insanely bad. She's like missing lyrics to these songs that she wrote. Like it is like the biggest mess of a fucking show that anybody has ever seen. And at that point, it's just like, okay, well now like your fans are putting in effort for you, but you're not putting in any effort for your fans. So what the fuck is the point?
I've seen pictures of her recently though. She looks ripped. Like what's she doing out of breath if she's that ripped?
Yeah, good fucking question. I mean, what it is actually is just like exercising, like cardio is not the same as breath control. So like if you're like a singer, you have to do breath work cardio, if that's what it's called. I'm not sure. Where like you have to like practice like Mira's singing and doing cardio at the same time. And you have to like figure out how to like keep airing your lungs while you're doing cardio. It's like a crazy thing that you have to learn that she clearly has not.
I want to say like Beyonce's dad like trained. Didn't he train like Destiny's Child that way where he like made them run? Like they had to run on treadmills and like sing in harmony and shit.
That makes sense. It's what you have to do, basically. I mean, Taylor Swift, to prepare for the Eras tour, said that every single day she ran full speed on a treadmill while singing the entire set list, which is 3 hours long. Like that's what you have to do. It's very, very clear that Katy Perry like worked hard on making her body look good and like did not work hard at all on practicing this tour. Like even her fans are like, this is disappointing. What the fuck?
Or maybe they're just sick of the shtick. Like, okay, I don't need to see like, you know, the Hello Kitty of it all. I'm tired of it.
Well, and that's the other thing is like she clearly tried to rebrand a little bit with this album where like she's not doing like the childish things so much anymore. Or, like she's got like, you know, crazy set pieces and crazy outfits and stuff. But like it seems like she's not trying for like there's no candy, there's no Hello Kitty, there's no, you know, big swirly colors or whatever. It's kind of more like sci-fi or something like that, like in the theme, like in the aesthetic. And
yeah,
like, it's just maybe, not good.
Maybe people, that's the thing. Her people, they want the they want the juvenilia.
They're they want the juvenilia or they want an actually good rebrand and they're getting neither, right? It's like she had a Vegas residency that was extremely popular. And I think that still a Vegas residency for her would be extremely popular. She just doesn't want to admit that she's at the Vegas residency point in her career yet.
Dude, take that Vegas money. Elton John did that. I mean, what is it? There's nothing wrong with the Vegas residency. Lady Gaga did that too, I think.
Did she? Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, fucking Mariah Carey does it. I mean, the thing is about it is like a Vegas residency is viewed as like what you do when like your career is like not at the point where you can actually tour. And like you just need to like be playing the hits for people who are sitting down in chairs or whatever. But like, to me, it is much more humiliating to do this tour that's failing so miserably than to do a successful Vegas residency. Because she's got hits. She's got good songs. Like, Hot and Cold is great. Firework, fucking Teenage Dream. Like, those are all amazing songs. Like, she's was a pretty good pop star until she fucked it all up and went to fucking space, which is another part of this failed album rollout, I think, that made everybody really angry at her, is that she randomly decided to go to space and use that to, I guess, release her tour set list.
Yeah. I mean,
as if anyone cares.
This is a woman who, she married Russell Brand.
Right. That is a fucking red flag to begin with. Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
And then she went to space on Jeff Bezos's rocket.
Yeah. So it really makes you wonder what her personal politics are, if any.
or just it's just decision making, right? I mean,
Yeah.
but this Blue Origin space flight, she goes all the way to space and then uses it as an opportunity to reveal a set list.
Of all the things that you could do in space that would be insanely cool and weird, she decides to do that.
Yeah, like you're gonna first of all, you're doing this, you're wasting all this money, and like it's just kind of like a let them eat cake, like tone deaf moment. And then you do it, and you go to space, and you're of course like the whole thing is filmed, and you're trying to use it as an opportunity to like get a bunch of eyeballs on you, and you release a set list in space.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, also, like, don't release your set list before your show, honestly. Like, it is better PR to have it be a surprise. It just is. But, like, if you're going to go to space and use that as, like, promo for your fucking tour or whatever, like, I don't know, like, do porn in space.
Yeah. Yeah. Have
like,
sex.
That would be cooler. Like, do, like, fucking Barbarella style, like, fucking in zero gravity. Like, that, I'd be like, all right, Katy Perry, like, I'll buy tickets to your tour.
Bring Orlando Bloom in there and have him ejaculate in space at zero gravity just to see what happens.
I do think that would ease a lot of the tension that apparently is happening in their marriage due to this incredibly failed album cycle. Also, I gotta say, if you are married to somebody and the fact that your album is not doing well is causing tension in your marriage, maybe they're not the best husband. Like, are they only with you to have a successful album? Like,
yeah, I didn't sign up for
for you being a failure. Like, like what the fuck? Like, and I guess they're not even married yet. Like, they're going to be married, but they had a baby together.
Yeah, they have a baby.
I mean, I will never forget. I think it was one of the most insane things I've ever seen in like a musical documentary, which was Katy Perry's documentary. I can't remember the name of, that I think you probably watched some of because I made you. And in the documentary, there's a scene where she is literally about to go on stage. She is standing on the riser, about to go up. She's in full costume. And she gets a text from Russell Brand saying that he wants a divorce.
Oh, right. We've talked about this.
Yeah, and she cried and then went up on the stage and just went into performance mode and did it. And what I want to say is, where the fuck is that Katy Perry right now? Like, I saw that and I was like, I'm with this bitch. Like, yes. And now I'm like, what the fuck? You're not even, like, no wonder you're failing. You're not even trying.
Yeah, like, we need to play some, like, stirring motivational music as Mira tries to hype Katy Perry. Katy, if you're listening, where is that Katy? The Katy who stood on the stage and read that text message and then went out and performed and sang her heart out.
I mean, you know what? Katy, if you're listening, I've got a couple pep talks for you, and I did Google who your publicist is, and it is not publicly available information, which really, I think, says something about how bad your publicity is right now. Fire them and hire me. I'll fix you right up. Don't worry.
She needs to hire Tree Pain. Is what she needs to do.
Tree Pain would not touch that with a 10-foot fucking pole. She would look at that and she would be like, hell fucking no, bitch. You are on your goddamn own. This is fucked.
Wait, are Katy and Taylor Swift friendly, or are they enemies?
Well, they were enemies, and Taylor Swift, in fact, wrote an entire song about it called Bad Blood. I'm sure I've said this before on the podcast, and Angry Adam, please don't get angry at me for repeating myself about Taylor Swift, although you can, and that would be fine too. She wrote the song Bad Blood about her feud with Katy Perry. I guess Katy Perry, like, stole Taylor's backup dancers. And I mean, like, the gay explanation of that is that Taylor was, like, in love with one of the backup dancers and, like, dating them. And then Katy Perry, like, took them and they couldn't tour with Taylor. And she was very upset about it. But the story is that Katy Perry stole her backup dancers. And then Taylor Swift wrote Bad Blood about it. And, like, it was a huge thing. And then a couple of years ago, Katy Perry sent Taylor Swift a physical olive branch in the mail. And, like, that was, like, their feud was over or whatever.
Wait. She sent her an actual olive branch?
Like a physical, actual olive branch. And Taylor was like, all right, that's fine. And, like, they ended their feud.
That's kind of funny.
It's kind of funny. As a, I guess, standing thing that we do on this show, I should mention that I have met Katy Perry. I met her backstage at a friend's show. She... I don't know how to say the story without sounding like a douchebag, but Rihanna was also there. Rihanna walked into the room and all the air was fucking sucked out of the room. She's so fucking gorgeous. It is, like, actually shocking. Like, I, like, felt like I was going to pass out when I saw her. And, like, everyone is clearly, like, looking at her like, oh my God, Rihanna's here. And she's chatting with people or whatever. And then I hear in the background, like, so fucking loud, Ree! Like, and I was like, what in the fuck? And I look over and it's Katy Perry, like sprinting towards Rihanna, shouting, Ree! And Rihanna's like, oh fuck, here we go. Like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man. I hate how celebrities love to like hang with other celebrities. Just hang with the normies.
Yeah, or
Be a
just like don't
person.
scream when you're entering a room so everyone knows Katy Perry is coming. Like, it was so annoying. It was like, oh, Rihanna's here, everyone's paying attention to her. I'm Katy Perry, here I come. Like, shut up, bitch. Like, no one cares.
Just make fucking hellish small talk with the rest of us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how you become a beloved celebrity, is by making dumb small talk with regular ass people, and then they post on Twitter like, wow, I had a conversation with blah blah blah, and then next thing you know, everybody loves you.
It's also how you stay human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like if all you're doing is just like consorting with like other people who are like bubbled from reality, it's gonna fuck with your head.
I like, my theory continues that like the most normal, nice seeming famous people are the ones who have maintained friendships and relationships with non-famous people for most of their life. Like, you see, like, Sabrina Carpenter is honestly a good example. Like, her friends are all friends that she has had for a long time before she became famous. And she still has them. She's still posting pictures of them all the time. And she seems normal and nice when you like see her talk. She seems like a normal person. And I think it's because like having normal friends kind of brings you back to earth a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like, to go back to this fucking Blue Origin flight.
God, so
like,
fucking tone deaf.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. You're already tanking. Like, your album is already tanking, and you're in like a bad publicity cycle to begin with, right?
You already killed a nun.
And then, wait, she killed a nun?
You don't know this story? Oh, man. So I'm sure I'm going to get the details wrong, but she wanted to buy this, like, it's like a monastery or something, or a farmer monastery, something like that. A really beautiful property.
A nunnery.
A nunnery. Is that a real word? Nunnery?
It actually is.
Wow.
Yeah. A convent.
Yeah, she wanted to buy whatever, this place, and the nuns.
Where is it? Where is it?
I want to say like Silver Lake or something like that. Like, or like
there's a convent in Silver Lake?
Like a former one. Like, it was like but like there was like a handful of nuns who still live there and like manage the property basically. And those nuns, Katy Perry wanted to buy the property, but those nuns were like, absolutely not. Like, this is our property. Like, we've been here since the 70s. You don't get to just buy it and kick us out of this property. Like, this is supposed to be like belonging to the church or whatever the fuck. And Katy Perry went to court and fought them really, really hard for a very long time. And then at one court date, the nuns were there. And this one nun said, I believe the words were, "Katy, please stop." And then she keeled over and died in court.
See, this is the thing. Okay, here's my theory. This is my metaphysical, kind of like semi-mystical theory of the case.
She's cursed ever since the nun died?
Well, listen, you're making a female empowerment themed album with a dude who is like a known abuser. And then she also, Katy Perry was also like what was that guy who ran for mayor? Rick Caruso.
Oh yeah, God.
She was she came out for Rick Caruso, who is like a wolf in sheep's clothing, like pretending to be a progressive when he's actually like a right-wing Republican.
Well, just like a real estate guy. He just owns malls. That's his whole thing. Yeah,
his whole thing is like, I own the cleanest malls.
Yeah, I own Americana at the brand. Like, what do you fucking do?
Yeah, who gives a fuck, dude? We don't care. He puts his name all over it too. It's
oh my God, it's so fucking annoying. I was at the Galleria the other day, which is right next to Americana at the brand, and there is literally Caruso Boulevard leading to the Americana.
Yeah, so he's a megalomaniac and loves to see his name like out there. But
and Katy Perry was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, that's the thing. You do these things and they accrue, and then you go on this Blue Origin space flight, and the best you can do at zero gravity is try to use it as a moment to aggrandize yourself and create publicity by revealing a fucking set list.
I mean, she has like the world's worst publicist. This publicist clearly told her, ignore everybody who's saying anything about you that matters at all. Like, anybody who says don't make songs with Dr. Luke, ignore them. Like, don't mention anything about how you fucking killed a nun. Like, don't talk about Russell Brand. Like, you just leave that shit alone. You just make a song with an abuser and don't say anything about it. Everybody who is criticizing you for that is wrong. Ignore them. And then your fucking album flops and you're a laughingstock. Like, yeah, bitch. No shit. I could have told you that. Like, who is your fucking publicist? Like a 10-year-old? Like, what the fuck? Like, does your publicist have a brain? Like, are they on as much drugs as Elon Musk? Is Elon Musk your publicist?
That's right. Elon Musk is her publicist.
Right. That's why he said, don't say anything about the bad things you did and go to space.
I look forward to Katy Perry's next album called Terrible Decisions. Called I Killed a Nun. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I killed a nun. Dr. Luke Helmy made this song.
I wish that the Blue Origin flight there would have just been like lesbian, like action.
Yeah, free bleed in space. Let us see what the fucking blood looks like in zero gravity. That's the kind of shit that I want to see. I mean, do something interesting. Like,
I want to see Gayle King in Rapture.
I want to see Gayle King orgasming in space, or don't go to space. And this applies also to NASA.
That's right. What are you even doing up there if you're not going to get it on with Gayle King?
Did you see, like, there was like a video of Gayle King where she referred to herself as an astronaut? Like, bitch, are you dumb? What the fuck?
You're like a rich passenger on like a billionaire space toy.
Like, the word astronaut is not just like a loose term to mean whatever the fuck. Like, if I jump high enough, am I an astronaut too? Like, what the fuck?
By the way, I'm Oprah's best friend.
By the way, I have my career because Oprah's my friend.
I too am Oprah's best friend. I've decided I'm Oprah's best friend.
I've decided I'm Oprah's best friend. If you can decide you're an astronaut, I can decide I'm Oprah's best friend. I am married to Stedman. In addition to Oprah, it's a 3-way marriage, and that's just the truth. Are
they a throuple?
Kind of seems like it, doesn't it?
Kind of does.
I mean, I feel like I'm constantly surprised that Oprah is still married to Stedman. Like, is that
who knows?
I feel
so
like
weird.
her and Gayle are in love, and Stedman is like just like having a nice life and chilling.
I mean, yeah, I don't know anything about Stedman.
Stedman is a great example of how to be a good husband to a very, very successful woman, to someone more successful than you. Stedman, he just chills. He's like, I have all the money in the world. I have a very successful wife. I don't have to do shit for the rest of my life. Like, I'm a garden. I'm in a garden and hang
Are they
out.
married? Are they married?
Yeah. They have been forever.
All right. Doesn't seem like it, but
exactly. That's how you be a good husband. Fade into the background, carry your purse, keep the house nice. Good job. Like, just support her. Just be supportive. That's all you got to do. And he's a great example to men everywhere.
I think Stedman deserves a star turn. It's his time.
Stedman's time. Stedman's going to star in like an A24 movie.
Stedman's going to be a guest on Cazando Esteban. He's going to join the Latina moms in hunting Stephen Miller.
He also will be nude, in case you were wondering. Full hog.
We've all waited a long time to see Stedman's hog, and now it's going to happen.
Now's the time. Well, speaking of, let's see, how can I transition this? Speaking of potentially large hogs, all right. Glenn Powell's ex, Gigi Paris, which is a fucked up name.
That's not her real name, by the way.
Is it not? What's her real name?
I don't know, but nobody's named Gigi. She's a fashion model named Gigi Paris.
I mean, okay, let's look it up. What is her real name? Gigi Paris. So she went on a podcast to talk about, I guess, Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell's relationship or not relationship, affair rumors.
Well, I mean, Gigi is Glenn Powell's ex.
Right. So she's Glenn Powell's ex. She was dating Glenn Powell when Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney were filming Anyone But You, which is a rom-com. It's a pretty good rom-com, actually. But
it's all right. I didn't love it. I got to say, too, my daughter wanted to watch it. It's kind of like there's like a shower scene, like a sex scene in that movie that's like not for children.
I mean, like, your daughter went to the Sabrina Carpenter show and Sabrina Carpenter was mimicking fellatio with a microphone. I think she's fine.
I'm a responsible father sending my daughter off to these concerts.
I mean, look, when I was Evan's age, I had unfettered access to the internet during the Wild West. I mean, the shit that I saw online would... every member of my generation is permanently traumatized from the shit that we saw online. So at least Evan doesn't have to do that.
Mira is part of the 2 Girls 1 Cup generation.
That's right. I was tricked into watching 2 Girls 1 Cup, as many people were in my generation. Like, oh, we have this video. It's so funny. You need to watch this video. And I'm watching. I'm like, what? I don't get it. Like, what's funny? Like, no, keep watching. Like, it's really funny. Like, it gets good. And then, they just shit. And you're like, great, I'm at the computer lab in my middle school.
Yeah. An entire generation of American kids just ruined. I mean, that really should have been a sign when that happened. It was like, okay, we're going down. This is it. This is
and that was not anywhere near even the worst of it. I mean, like Goatsy. Do you know what Goatsy is, Brad?
No.
Yeah. I am of a age cohort that is the only age cohort who will ever know what Goatsy is, I guess. Goatsy was a website. I think it was goatsy.com. And then it's just a picture of a guy stretching out his asshole, like with two hands, like, inches long. And you would send somebody a link that was disguised and they would click on it and then it was Goatsy.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean,
this is the internet that I went through, which is maybe why I'm so unfazed by people being insane at me online. So Glenn's ex,
Gigi Paris,
opened up on this podcast about. I guess
what's the podcast? What's the podcast called? What's it called?
It's called Too Much Podcast.
All
the
right.
podcast is called Too Much. All right, I don't know. These podcast names make me feel old. So they asked her, like, what was going on with that. And she opened up and she said, I just wanted respect, especially if it's going to be public. Like, don't make an ass out of me. Like, just don't make a fool out of someone you've been with for over 3 years talking about forever with. Just have some decency, And at the end of the day, it was like, well, work comes first. And if that's the case, power to you. That's your priority. But I got to walk away. What sucked was how it was handled. I felt like I was just fed to the dogs. So it's clear based on this story that when they started sort of, playing along with these rumors that there was an affair, his girlfriend, Glenn's girlfriend, was not really explained the situation, not really told. Because, like, to me, if you're dating an actor and this is something that you're going to do as publicity for a movie and it is fake, then you just go to your girlfriend and you say, like, they want me to do this thing. How do you feel about it? Like if I do it, it clearly would be fake. But he did not do that, it seems.
This whole thing, this is new. Like, I mean, I guess there's always been, like, love affairs that blossom.
Yeah, it's not new.
Well, no, but they blossom on movie sets.
Right.
But usually it was like, they're actually together. Like, it's actually a thing. And then
I feel like in the golden age of Hollywood, there was lots of, like, fake relationships like this, like that studios, like, just to promote movies, right?
Maybe. I think there've been, like, beards and, like, like gay actors who, like, pretended to have, and they were like in
Marlon Brando style, yeah.
Or whatever, or like Rock Hudson and stuff like that. But, like, this thing where, like, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper are essentially, like, performing like a passionate, hot, lusty love affair over and over and over again. If you're in a relationship with somebody, I don't care how, like, strong that relationship is. If that's part of your job, is to also, like, as part of a publicity cycle, pretend to be fucking somebody else. Like, that's twisted. I don't blame this girl, Gigi Paris, for
Gigi
not
Pelly.
wanting. Yeah, I don't blame her for being like, I'm not doing this. Like, I can't do this. This is wrong. I don't blame her.
I mean, yeah, I don't blame her. I get it. That would be fucking hard for me to deal with too. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Especially because it's like Sydney Sweeney. Like, my God. Like, that's a fucking nightmare. It's something I have actual nightmares about. That seems awful.
You wake up in the middle of the night, like, just like sweaty and fucking terrified. Just like, Sydney, her boobs are just out.
Have the image in your head. You just bolt awake. Sydney Sweeney.
You in your nightmare, you like you hear something and you like get out of bed. It's like you're dreaming this, but like you get out of bed and like walk into your kitchen and like Sydney Sweeney's just like standing there in like a negligee.
She's like wearing like your bathrobe.
Yeah. Hi, Mira. And then you wake up.
And then she is actually in your kitchen doing that.
I mean, it's hard enough just to have your boyfriend be in a movie where he's like, the love interest of Sydney Sweeney. He's like filming like a shower sex scene with her.
Right. Like the making out isn't fake. They're really doing that. Like, it might be for a movie, but he is really actually making out with somebody and then acting like he's in a relationship with them. So like, that's kind of hard to handle.
I mean, it would be a little weird. Like, what do you do? I mean, I guess it's the job. You're an actor. There are love scenes. It's like there's a huge crew around. It's impersonal.
Right. But it's like there has to be like for your partner, like a hard line there that you establish where there's like trust, where they know that you're not gonna like do some weird shit. And clearly that wasn't here because she was like, you're doing some weird shit. Like, she was feeling like he was. And so she said, I guess the movie was filmed in Australia, and she wanted to go to Australia to visit, and her and Glenn had a plan. But then Glenn called, and he said, the producers and I have discussed that I think it's best for you that you don't come and visit. And she said, and that's when I hung up, and I was like, this motherfucker is done to me. So it's clear that production was like, your girlfriend can't visit because we need you to fake a relationship with Sydney Sweeney to make the movie popular. I mean,
or he was like, we've been fighting. She's going psycho with jealousy, and if she comes down here onto the set, it's gonna like
be an issue.
It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna mess up the juju, and so he's like blaming it. I could see him blaming it on the producers,
or maybe the producers did feel that way just because like she was clearly angry, and they were like, I don't want an angry girlfriend on set either. Like that's gonna be hard for everybody, and like Sydney Sweeney probably wouldn't feel super comfortable either. I have to imagine. Which like is fucked up for the girlfriend, but at the same time, I get it. But the best part of the story to me is like, I mean, and good for you, bitch. She went anyways. She still went to Australia.
I think she had to work down there. She's doing some modeling.
Oh, she did. Okay, damn. I was like, she just flew to Australia because she was fucking pissed. I was about to be like, good for you, bitch. Hell yeah. But so she said she went anyways just to look him in the eye and break up with him. It was the hardest thing I'd ever had to do. But then I was stuck there for 2 weeks doing my jobs, and there was a rule. Like, I was not allowed near set. I was not allowed anywhere near production. It was very bizarre. So she went to Australia and was planning to break up with him face to face, but wasn't allowed anywhere near production. And I guess Glenn couldn't take a lunch break? Like, what? Like, the fucking, your day ends. You have time where you can go off set and talk to people. Like, it's clear that Glenn just didn't want her there and was being a douchebag.
Well, she's gonna break up with him and yell at him and let him have it. He's probably like trying to stay away from her.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to get broken up with and yelled at for the thing that I did that was bad. Like she said, where are you when you just need to stand up and say, no, I would never cheat on my girlfriend. I wouldn't do that. That's all that needed to be said, and that wasn't said, never once.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's not fair to her for this like charade to be carried out in the name of publicity, and then to just let the entire world imagine that you're fucking your co-star.
Right.
And yet they know you've been with this woman for 3 years. Like, you just got to say, no, I can't do this. Like, I have too much respect for my girlfriend. Right.
Or it's like, if you're going to let those rumors blossom, at least you have to be like, on the red carpet with your girlfriend, like showing like, here I am with my girlfriend. There's rumors about Sydney Sweeney, but like, I'm not feeding into them as much. Like, production maybe is, publicity maybe is. And like, that's maybe a conversation that if your girlfriend was okay with it, you could handle. But like the actually like not explaining anything to her and like physically not being there and like not, telling the press that he wouldn't cheat on her. Like, she was left in the dark. And that just means that it like goes from being a stunt to being a genuine relationship problem of trust.
So but here's the question, like, did Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell actually hook up?
Like, maybe, like, what, but like, they're not dating. That much is clear. Because if they were, they would just be dating. Like, why wouldn't they just be public about it at this point?
I want Glenn Powell and Gayle King to hook up. I think it's time.
Glenn Powell, to me, looks like a capybara. I've probably said this before. He looks like a capybara, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Like, I know he's a very attractive man, but I see him and I see a capybara. I see a capybara who was granted one day of being a human and is having the time of their life. Like it's like, if you look up, anybody listening, I recommend look up Glenn Powell, then look up capybara, and just look at the photos next to each other. You can't unsee it.
I think all people have like an animal that they most resemble.
What's mine? I think I know what it is in my mind, but I want to hear your opinion.
I kind of feel like some sort of cat, but
interesting. A cat.
Or I don't know.
Like a house cat, I assume.
Maybe like one of those cats with like the gray face. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of cat it is. I don't know.
One of those cats with a fucked up face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be a sloth for sure.
Or a sloth.
Yeah, I would for sure be a sloth. I just I identify so much with them. Did you know that when female sloths are looking for mates, they stay exactly where they are and they don't move, and they scream until a man brings them food, and then they mate with him.
All
I
right.
mean, has anything ever been more Mira that you've ever heard in your entire life? I do the same thing.
I was in college at this party and everybody got really stoned and played this game. Like, what animal am I? And like some girl looked at me and she's like, you're a toucan. And
wow.
like, I got really self-conscious because I was like feeling bad about my nose. I was like, is that why you think I'm a toucan? Got in my head. It's bad.
Yeah, that is a kind of game that like could open up like a lot of insecurities for people if you name the wrong one. Like,
that's what I mean. It's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, you're an elephant. And it's like, oh.
Yeah, you're a hippopotamus. Oh, fuck, man. Like a New York City street rat, maybe?
Yeah, exactly.
I would say you're like a golden retriever, honestly. Like, I feel like you're like Lassie. Like, you're just like the most basic
Lassie's
form of
not
dog.
Lassie's a collie, not a golden retriever. Which one
Whatever.
am I?
You're like a collie or a golden retriever. I guess maybe a collie, because the golden retriever seems a little like dumber in a funny way, but like a collie's like a little bit smarter, but still just like a very like basic American dog.
I'm a border collie.
Is that what it is? A border collie?
Well, border collies are the black and white sheepdogs. I used to have one.
Yeah, right. I feel like
that.
you're like a black and white one.
I'll take that.
Wait, but what is the difference between a border collie and a regular collie?
Well, they just look different. I mean, I don't know. It's just genetically.
Oh,
like,
I see.
Lassie is a collie, and then like a border collie are like the dogs in Babe that go like herd sheep.
Okay, you look a little more like a border collie then. I feel like that's more Brad, like in vibe.
I'll take that over a toucan.
Yeah, toucan. Because like also like birds to me are a very specific kind of person who is like chirping constantly. Like to me, birds are like chaotic. They're flying around. They can be really pretty and entertaining and fun, but also they're kind of constantly yapping and chirping at you and making sounds and like leaving feathers everywhere and like being really like chaotic. And you're kind of the opposite of that.
Well, speaking of someone who is chaotic and constantly flying around.
Wow, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you. I think our next story involves one of our favorite celebrities here on the Brad and Mira for the Culture podcast, Mr. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I would say he's like in the top 3 to 5 celebrities that we like are always covering. Like when there's a story and who we love to cover, it's like Alec Baldwin, Tom Cruise. Who else? Like,
well, I mean, Tom Cruise is like one of the last like 3 celebrities anyway. Like these like
last 3 celebrities, and meanwhile we've talked about like 10 celebrities.
Well, whatever. They're known. There are people who are known, but Tom Cruise is like an actual like, you know, global brand. Like everybody else is just sort of like in some weird niche.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's like Taylor Swift, Tom Cruise, and I don't know. I don't even know who it would be.
Fucking yeah, I don't even know. But so
Beyonce.
Yeah, I guess Beyonce. But like maybe less than Tom Cruise even. Although I don't know. But so Tom Cruise says that he wants to be the first action star over 100, which I've got a lot of questions about that. I mean, almost an endless amount of questions.
Well, wait, first question. How old is he now? He's like, what, 60 something?
You want to make bets? I'm going to say hold on, I haven't looked at his age yet. 57?
Wait. I'm going to think about this. I think he is probably 63.
Okay, 57 and 63. Let's see. 62. Nice.
Yeah.
And his birthday's July 3rd, so he's basically 63. That was a very good guess.
And he was in that movie Born on the 4th of July, even though
he was born on July 3rd. So he's a fucking liar in addition to everything else. Tom Cruise, I'm gonna fucking get your ass. So, okay, he wants to be the first 100-year-old action star. And like my first question, again, amongst many, are who wants to watch a 100-year-old action star do anything? Like that's like scary and concerning and like weird.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be 63. That would mean that we have another like nearly almost 40 more years of this shit before
I'm gonna be dead before he is. Like Jesus.
I hope so. Hope we're both dead. Hope we're both like don't have to live to see Tom Cruise at age 100, like jumping out of an airplane,
just dying instantly, like not like before he hits the ground, just his heart giving out. I mean, it is like, as I've probably said before, this man wants to die. This man is doing everything he can to kill himself besides suicide, because that's like, you're not allowed to do that as a Scientologist. And he like doesn't want to upset anybody. Like, or he doesn't want to like, I don't know, not get his planet in death or whatever happens. I mean, he's doing so much to kill himself. Like, he's probably pissed off every time he doesn't die from a stunt.
I just don't get it. It's like, it is kind of like this death wish thing. Like, didn't he just like hold his breath underwater for like 6 minutes or something?
6 whole minutes. That's fucking crazy. Like I hold my breath for fucking
does that.
30 seconds after doing my inhaler and I feel like I'm going to die. Like, that's like cannot be healthy. It's completely insane. Like, he's desperate to die. He one time he jumped, and because I saw this in Mission Impossible, and I was like, is this fucking real? And of course it is. He jumped from one airplane to another airplane midair.
Did he have a parachute on? He had
not that you could see.
They probably like scrubbed it out in like post-production. But
I mean,
there's no
probably,
way.
but like, who knows? This motherfucker, I mean, the thing is like, he's so fucking insane. He has to fund his own fucking movies because he can't have a union shoot because nobody would allow it.
Does he get insurance? Does somebody insure him?
Nobody would insure him. Nobody would insure him in a million years. Like, look at him. He's doing like the craziest shit ever, and he is not a stunt actor. Like, he is certainly not insured, which is certainly why he's doing like, you know, self-funded, non-union fucking like movies, because like if he wants to do his own stunts, he has to.
And like, let's be real, who wants to see an action movie starring a centenarian?
That's
like,
what I mean. Like, what?
Like, yeah, what? Like, I don't care how healthy you are at 100. Like, you're not going to be moving around in a way that's compelling in an action movie.
I mean, the whole point of an action star is that they're young. Like, that's the whole point. Like, he's already the oldest action star, right? Like, who is still an action star at 63?
I just, yeah, it's the thing. It's like the ego. Just like, I can't let go. I'm this guy. I'm going to keep doing this till I'm 100. Clint Eastwood's going to direct it. He'll be like 130.
I mean, he's gonna be like pissed that he's still alive. Like, Tom Cruise is gonna be like, all right, like, we gotta like push me out of an airplane in a wheelchair, and like, and then Clint Eastwood is like, me fucking too, man. I want to be pushed out of the airplane too.
Just like, yeah, even if he lands, like the parachute works and he lands, like his legs just snap when he hits the ground. It's like twigs.
It's like the last scene in his last film will just be like his flopping body hitting cement and like exploding. And it's going to be like in his will that like that has to be in the movie or you cannot release the movie.
That I would have respect for if he goes out like that. I would be like, that's somebody who was like committed to the bit all the way.
Yeah, I committed to the bit of trying to kill yourself on camera repeatedly.
Live out your dream of like being in a snuff film starring yourself.
It's pretty it's not the nicest way to kill yourself either. It's kind of like how jumping in front of a car is like a very fucked up way to kill yourself, because then somebody has to feel bad about it like for all of time. Like, you're gonna kill yourself in front of like your whole crew and everything now. That's not good.
Yeah, what's it like for them? They're like waiting for it.
I mean,
like,
horrifying. I would be like so tense. I would develop a Xanax addiction. I mean, I would be like so anxious on set constantly that we're going to witness the death of Tom Cruise. They must prepare for it.
I feel like, I think I read something where like Tom Cruise made a statement of some kind saying that like the Mission Impossible franchise could not be revived, or maybe because he owns the franchise. You know,
he owns it.
He has stipulated, like in some sort of legal document, that the franchise cannot be resuscitated by anyone other than Glenn Powell. And I'm not even kidding, because Glenn Powell was in... Are you
serious?
Yeah, because Tom Cruise gave Glenn Powell his big break in the Top Gun movie.
Wow.
And so they became buddies, and I think Tom like looks at him as like his protege.
So he designated like an heir for Mission Impossible.
So then Glenn Powell, think about Glenn Powell. He's got to be like, oh shit, now I've got to do all my own stunts, because
it's just a death wish from Tom Cruise. It's like, It's like It Follows. Like, he's just giving him the It Follows ghost.
Yeah. He's like, oh God, now I got to hang out of an airplane, like go base jump like off a motorcycle, like off a cliff.
I mean, is Glenn Powell a Scientologist?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. I mean, I mean, is Glenn Powell a homosexual?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, who knows? But I do feel like Glenn Powell is like wired to be a Tom Cruise-esque movie star.
Yeah, no, he does seem like just like a like seemingly likable but kind of also mysterious, like handsome guy who just like does action movies well and like is a pretty good actor, and like that's it kind of. He's just like the like fallback white guy. I get,
there's just something about it, and he just seems like comfortable doing the whole, like you say, he's comfortable doing the promo. He's comfortable doing the acting. He's comfortable like working the rope line.
It's probably a pleasure on set. He's probably very nice to everybody on set. He probably doesn't make a big deal about any like promo or things he has to do. He's just like, yeah, sure, whatever, that's fine. Like,
yeah, and he's not cynical about Hollywood. That's the other thing too. Like, because Tom Cruise, I think, has like basically named himself like the ambassador for the movie business, and like he's kind of like, I think this is the thing. Is that the movie business is largely dying or like radically reforming.
Yeah.
And a guy like Tom Cruise is like, that's like intolerable to him. And he's trying to like be the guy who saves it because he also sees himself as like a hero.
I gotta say, like, for all of the things that Tom Cruise could do, like that's kind of he's doing good things for like theaters. Like keeping theaters intact right now is like very hard. They're going out of business like at a crazy rate because of streaming and whatnot. And like Tom Cruise insists on having theatrical releases for his Mission Impossible movies, like for that reason. And like, that's kind of cool. Like,
yeah, that's a good legacy.
Like, yeah. And also I'm pretty sure this was Tom Cruise, although maybe we'll get an angry out of message correcting me, but I believe his agent came out and said like, was pro-Palestine early in the genocide and was like fired from her, whatever agency that she worked with. And Tom Cruise came out and was like, absolutely not. Like, I am going to leave your agency and stay with her as my agent. Like, no. And like, that was also fucking sick. Like,
all right.
You know, I'm not saying that Tom Cruise is a good guy because it doesn't really seem like it, but it's like
everybody likes him. Everybody likes him.
He makes it so that everybody likes him. Like, he has like a fucked up, weird personal life. The Scientology shit is fucking weird. He seems like a weirdo, but like, he does a great job of just being pleasant to every single person that he meets. He's never rude. Nobody has anything bad to say about him.
But there is like that latent anger. Like you could just see it like roiling. I think that's part of like what makes him intriguing to watch on camera is that like when he laughs, he could also be potentially homicidal.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's why Eyes Wide Shut is such a good movie. Like because it's got such a mysterious, like fucking like edgy, intense aura of like where you know that they genuinely were fighting on set. And like there was this like anger from Tom Cruise about like the movie being too much about like Scientology and like cults and shit like that. Like that it like really has like a energy like Tom Cruise is going to lose it at any second. And that hasn't been like captured really as well in almost any other movie.
Well, it's also because, and pardon me, there's a fucking chopper flying over my house. But
yeah.
I think it's also because Stanley Kubrick was taking like 186 takes of every scene in the movie. They're probably driven to the brink of insanity.
Exactly. And like, so you watch these takes and you know in your head that like, this is like the 200th take they've done. They're literally on the brink of insanity. They're about to get divorced. You know, Tom Cruise is mad at Stanley Kubrick for like just the content of the movie. And then he's also making him do a bajillion takes. Like, it is like such a intensely like just right under the surface, so many things boiling that like the performance from Tom Cruise is like maybe his most honest performance.
No. I think
Magnolia.
Yeah. Where he plays Frank T.J.
That's absolutely true. That's his best performance, like by far, and like it is like just his best by a million times.
But I mean, that's the thing, like for all of the problem, like whatever's problematic about him, I do have respect for the fact that he went there in that movie.
He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's a fucking good actor. I mean, that fucking role, like if an actor just did that and nothing else, I would consider them a great actor. And like, he's also an action star, which is like, that's kind of a crazy legacy. Like, I mean, I don't know. Poor motherfucker is definitely going to die being pushed out of a plane, like at age fucking 90 or whatever. And I guess that's what he wants. So, you know,
what if he dies, if he does follow through with this and he died, like his last act on Earth and the last scene, like the last time any of us ever see him is like when his like, you know, centenarian body, you know, smashes into the earth or whatever. What are his last words going to be? That's the question.
I know where Shelley Miscavige is.
Shelley Miscavige.
Miscavige? See, it's just like the Kamala thing. Everyone's going to get mad at me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to say Tom Cruise is like one of his BFFs is this Miscavige guy who runs Scientology and whose wife just like vanished like a decade, like 15 years ago. Nobody's seen her. Nobody knows where she is.
Clearly.
And it's like, oh, well, you know, and like, I just love how like this is allowed to sort of just happen.
And there's like one celebrity who's trying to do anything about it. Like literally just one. I can't.
What is it? Leah Remini?
Yeah, Leah Remini.
Yeah, it's like, where's Shelley? You know,
right?
Like just
where the fuck is Shelley? And I mean, it's like he's gonna be like, I know where Shelley Miscavige is. She's, and then boom, hitting the pavement.
You complete me.
Elron, I'll see you soon. Love you, Elron. Xenu forever. I don't have all my thetans. Oh no.
That would be like the most radical exit for any movie star ever.
Dying on screen.
Yes. We're headed there. I really do believe it. We're headed there because it's the only way to get anybody to the theater. That's where we're going to be in 40 years. Like there's going to be one theater left and Tom Cruise is going to be
showing a snuff film.
That's right. He's going to be so dedicated to Hollywood. He'll be like, this is my last act on earth.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's going to be, that's absolutely what it is. It's going to be like one movie theater left and it's going to be like the AMC at the Americana at the Brand. And it's going to be one theater and it'll be an IMAX Mission Impossible Tom Cruise dies.
Yeah. And like Rick Caruso's like shitty trust funded grandson is going to be running it.
Giving like a little speech at the beginning about how Tom Cruise is his best friend.
Yeah. Tommy and I. But the thing is though, Tom Cruise is only 62 going on 63. What if there's a centenarian who beats him to the punch and stars in a action film at age 100 before he ever has the chance? That's what I think should someone should sneak in there and overtake him.
Who's it going to be? Like Willie Nelson?
That's right. It'll be called Free Willy, and it'll be a rated R action thriller where Willie Nelson in the last scene of the movie just gets thrown out of an airplane.
It's like Willie Nelson, like one hand hanging off the side of the building, like the other a joint. And he just falls to his death.
Just Willie Nelson, just like high as shit, like clinging to a skyscraper, or
like bong in hand, pushed out of an airplane.
Just bass jumping with his guitar, like strapped to his back.
Doing some like Evel Knievel, like motorcycle over school buses thing, like
or just like Dukes of Hazzard, like jumping a river in his like orange. What is it called? The General Lee, of course.
His little braids all wet and dangling from his head.
That's right. Willie, just go out like a hero, Willie.
Yeah, right? I mean, you might as well go out Tom Cruise style. Just, get pushed out of an airplane into a live volcano or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Tom would be so bitter.
Realistically, it's going to be like Harrison Ford is like forced to continue to be an action hero against his will, like for 40 more years. He
wants nothing to do with it. He doesn't. I feel like Harrison Ford has been done with like being a like action star for a long time.
Yeah, I feel like he had like a 10-minute fucking scene in Blade Runner and he was actively pissed off that he had to do it, even though he chose to do it and was getting paid. He's just like old and grumpy and tired and he's like, I don't want to do it anymore. Like I'm done. Like
I feel like maybe like in a sneaky sort of way, Harrison Ford is like one of the few, forget celebrities, like one of the few human beings on earth who could probably like smoke weed with you and like go like toke for toke with you.
You think? Is Harrison Ford that big of a weed smoker?
He's like, I mean, that's the legend of him. He's like I have a friend who shot a documentary. This was after college and my buddy was like a big skier and he was living up in Jackson Hole. And he got on to some film company up there, like they're just like local, like documentary mountain shit. Mm-hmm. And Harrison Ford had or has like a huge spread up in Jackson Hole, like a beautiful like mountain paradise kind of place. And they went to his house to interview him because I think he like flew his helicopter up there, whatever it was, and like they said he was just smoking joints the whole fucking time, not like on camera, but like getting
off
everybody
camera, just nonstop.
Just high as shit.
That is, I don't know how I didn't know that about Harrison Ford, but like it just makes him, even in his old age, so much hotter to me. Like, my God, like how can a man maintain so much sex appeal as like, what is he, fucking 85? I don't know how far, he's old as shit. And like,
he looks great.
I mean, he fucked Eve Babbitts, didn't he?
He fucked a lot of people, Mira. I feel like by the way, I don't think he fucked Eve. I feel like Eve Babbitts did the fucking whenever she hooked up.
That's a great point.
Yeah, she was the one delivering the blow.
That's absolutely true. And in fact, I just looked up a quote from her and about fucking Harrison Ford. They did fuck, And
you looked it up. You looked it up pretty quickly.
Looked it up pretty quickly. Okay, she said the thing about Harrison was Harrison could fuck 9 people a day.
My God.
9? Yeah, that's a lot of people to fuck in a day. Like, as a woman, it's maybe a little easier to fuck 9 people in a day if you wanted to, but like, there's some physical, impressive feats happening there to fuck 9 people in a day.
The thing about Brad Listi is that he could maybe fuck 9 people in his entire life.
He could fuck about, let's say, 5 to 9.5 people in his entire life.
To be Harrison Ford and to like move through life, like being that like attractive and desired.
I mean, no wonder he just smokes weed all the time. He doesn't have to worry about anything ever. He's just so handsome and he's so rich. He just gets to like be as stoned as he wants and just kind of like just float through life. Every woman wants to fuck him and they always will. And he just gets to chill.
Yeah. And he's like, he's been loaded since like he was 30. And he's also skirted death like 11 times. He just gets high and like crashes his various like aircraft. Because he's
this is my favorite Harrison Ford fact. This man is addicted to plane crashes. He cannot stop. Like, okay, I have in my notes here. He's crashed his plane so many fucking times. Okay, he had... All right, here we go. Let's read them out. Helicopter crash landing in 1999. Golf course crash landing 2015. Taxiway crash landing 2017. Wrongful runway crossing 2020. I mean, he has 5 different fucking plane crashes. Oh, and then he also has another wrongful runway crossing. Like, the man cannot stop.
By the way, he fucked 9 people as one of his planes was crashing, which is also part of his legend.
Very impressive. Eve Babbitts was there. She was one of the 9 people. I mean, you know what? Maybe he will be like the next 100-year-old action star. Like
the first.
The first, yeah, right. Maybe he will be the first because he clearly seems indestructible. Not even Tom Cruise has crashed as many planes.
Yeah, has Tom Cruise crashed a plane yet? Maybe he feels jealous of Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I mean, but he probably would never crash a plane unless it was filmed. You know, it had to be on camera.
Well, but I think like that would puncture like Tom Cruise's self-image. I think Tom Cruise like imagines himself as like hyper competent and like the guy who never makes a mistake under pressure kind of thing. Whereas Harrison Ford's like so high, he has to like land his plane on a golf course.
Right. He would have to like, Tom Cruise would have to like crash it on purpose. Like it couldn't be a situation where he's crashing it on accident. Like he would have to be doing it on purpose for a movie and being like, see, I crashed this plane so well. Like, check this out. Whereas like Harrison Ford just like wanders out of a crash plane with a joint within 5 minutes, like finds the most beautiful woman in LA to fuck and is just like, see ya.
Doesn't even have to try. Like Harrison Ford in his prime. Because like, wasn't he was like Joan Didion's handyman.
Oh, yeah, he was. He was Joan Didion's handyman, and then he fucked Eve Babbitts. If I were Joan Didion, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, what the fuck? She got to fuck Harrison Ford? Like, I watched him, like, fix things in my house and felt like I was gonna, like, die because I was so horny. Like, come on.
Just chain smoking by her Corvette. Just like, hi, Harrison. Would you mind fixing my cabinets?
The light bulb is out in the kitchen. Could you help me with that, Harrison?
He's just stoned out of his mind, shirtless, like in some short jean shorts. Like, hi,
I mean,
John.
That's the kind of thing where it's like when you call your handyman, like you have to have like a full beat of makeup. You got to have like your whole like cute sundress on. Like that's like, you don't get to look like shit in front of your handyman if he looks like Harrison Ford. It would actually be a little stressful. I think I would need to hire a different handyman.
I want to say I remember I did an interview on this podcast with Lily Analik, who wrote a book about Joan Didion and a book about Eve Babbitts, and or like it was a book about Eve Babbitts, but also a book about like the frenemy relationship between Joan and Eve. But I want to say in the book, like the book about Eve Babbitts explicitly, Eve recalls like kind of like her liaison with Harrison Ford, and how like she like knew him and like they'd sort of casually hooked up. And then Eve had like a nephew or something that she took to go see Star Wars when it came out in 1977. Mm-hmm. And they're like sitting in the theater and she's like, oh my God, like that's Harrison. Like she had no idea
She didn't know that he was like gonna be or was already a famous movie star.
Yeah, no, she's just like sitting in the theater, and there he is as like Han Solo, and then
she was like, "I fucked him. That's so weird."
Yeah, oh yeah. There's one of the guys.
Like the only person on the planet who just knows Harrison Ford as like a guy that she fucked and not as Han Solo. What a lucky existence.
I got to say, I have a lot of affection for Harrison Ford. I feel like he's a good hang. I bet he's
me too.
He seems like a good guy.
Grumpy he is.
Yeah, and he just seems like he's got a good sense of humor. He doesn't take himself seriously at all.
He seems funny. He seems chill. Like he seems like he is like grumpy in like a funny way. Like if he was like your grandpa, you could probably play a lot of really funny pranks on him. Like I totally can see how like he would be fun to hang out with. Like of all movie stars, he seems like one of the more chill, fun, normal ones.
Yeah, he's welcome on this show at any time. So
at any point. I mean, it is a very exclusive invitation, but we do want to extend it to you, Harrison, because we're just big fans and we're feeling generous.
All right, so I think that does it.
Yeah, I think that does it. Thanks for listening.
We've reached the finish line of another episode.
That's right, homemade. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Stay angry, everybody.